Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I'm your instructor, Richard Rost. Got a good one for you today. I'm going to teach you how to filter the data in a combo box or list box as you type in Microsoft Access. And I'm not just talking about the default way that combo boxes work when you start typing in the first couple letters, right? It'll drop you down to that spot. No. We're going to type in letters and filter the results that show up in the list to show only records that include that text. So here I started typing RI and it filtered it. So all of these guys down here include R and I in it. See, RI. All right, it's gonna be cool. Here we go. Today's question comes from Sam in Jacksonville, Florida, one of my platinum members. Sam says, I just watched your search as you type video and I think it's awesome. Thank you for that. You're welcome. Is there any way you can apply the same technique to a combo box or list box? I'm looking for functionality where, as I type characters, it will filter the results in that box to show just the records that contain that text, regardless of where it appears in the field. Yes, Sam, that is definitely possible. We can apply some filtering and we can change the SQL that's in there a little bit. It's going to require a little bit of code, but we can definitely do it. So this is going to be a developer video. What does that mean? Well, that means you need to know a little bit of VBA. So if you've never done any VBA programming before, go watch this. It's about 20 minutes long. Teaches you everything you need to know. It's free. It's on my website. It's also on my YouTube channel. You're also going to need to know a little bit of SQL, how to write an SQL statement. I'm going to show you what to do, but I recommend you learn this first. It'll make it easier. Go watch this one too. You definitely need to know how to make a relational combo box. That's where the combo box gets its data from another table or query. We're going to use a wildcard search using the like keyword to actually do the filtering in our SQL statement. So make sure you understand what this like thingy is, right? And since we're dealing with text inside of a string, make sure you understand how to use double quotes. Right? This is a confusing one for a lot of people, so go watch this video. Optionally, go watch my invoicing database. This is the database I'm going to use for this example, but you can use any database you want that's got a combo box in it. It doesn't have to be mine. And if you want to watch the original video that Sam was referring to, go watch this search as you type. This is actually one of the most popular videos I've released on YouTube in the last month or two. So this is a really good video. If you haven't watched this one yet, go watch this. Once again, these are all free videos. They're on my YouTube channel. They're on my website. Go watch any of those that you're questioning whether you know it or not, and then come on back and watch this one. This one's really good. You're going to enjoy this. Okay, so here I am in my Tech Help free template. This is a free database. You can download a copy off my website if you want to. Again, you'll find a link to that down below. And in here, I've got a customer form. Customers can have orders, and the order form has a combo box where you can pick the customer. Now, if I type in the first couple of letters like Van, V-A-N, it jumps you right to Van Halen. All right, but what if I'm looking for Eddie? If I come back here and type in ED, there's no ED in here, but I want to still find Eddie, right? Now, yeah, I've only got a short list here, so I could just scan down it, but what if you got a couple hundred records in here? Well, there's a property in combo boxes. If you take a look, go to Design View, open up the properties. On the Data tab down here, you'll find this property called Auto Expand. This is the thing that happens when you type in VA, it jumps you down to Van Halen, right? Now, by default, this is on. You can turn it off if you want to. The only reason I would ever turn this off is if you've got thousands and thousands of records and your combo box is running really slow. Maybe you're pulling records over the internet or over the network at least, and it's just taking forever. So if you turn auto expand off, it will speed up your combo box, but you don't get the auto expand, obviously. But auto expand doesn't look at anything but the beginning of the string. So what do we have to do to get this to work with any part of the string? Well, we need our own event. We need an event that fires as the user types. And for that, I'm going to go to events and I'm going to use the onChange event. Okay, as you type in characters, onChange event fires each time. Okay, hit the ... We're going to go into the code builder. All right, now right in here is where you're going to put the code that's going to change the row source property of that combo box. What are we going to change it to? Well, we're going to change it to what it is now, but we're going to add a where condition, SQL where condition, to say where that first name, last name is like whatever the user typed in. Now, let's go get the original SQL statement that's in here that the wizard provided for us. So go to data. Here's the row source right there. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the whole thing. All right, let's just copy. In fact, we can clean this up first. We don't need a lot of this. Since our data is only coming from one query, okay, the customer LFQ, that's, for those of you who haven't watched the invoicing video, Customer LFQ is a query that takes last name and first name and puts them together so you can see them in the combo box, right? Last name, comma, first name. So Rost, comma, Richard, right? Kirk, comma, James. That's all that query does. But since it's only one query, we don't need to specify it here. So we can get rid of that. And we don't need the brackets because we're good little children and we don't put spaces in our field names or our table names or our query names, right? So we can get rid of that. So literally all we need is, let me get rid of this. All right, so our statement now is just select customer ID, last name, first name, which is one field, from the query, order by last name, first name. So they're sorted alphabetically. That's our SQL statement as it is now. So we're going to copy this, hit OK. All right, let's go back to our code editor. I put a button up here for it. It's right there. I always leave this open when I'm working, by the way, and just either switch back to the database this way and leave it behind it, or just go down the taskbar and click on it. I almost never close this guy unless I'm done. Okay. So as the user's typing, this event's going to run. Now, if I just want to reset the combo box to what it is right now without making any changes, I can say customer combo dot row source. That's the property that contains the row source that we just looked at. And I can put in here equals that I just copied to my clipboard. That's the exact thing that's in there now. Okay. And all that will do is just requery the combo box with the same set of data. If you want to try it, save it, come back out here, right? Close it, open it. And if I come in here now, right? If I type in VA, nothing's really happening. Okay. But I'm just requerying it with the same set of data. Now, what I want to do is I want to add what the user typed in the box as a where condition. But I can't use the value of the box because as of right now, the value in that box is an ID, right? How do I get a hold of the text that the user is typing? Well, that's the text property of that box. And this works with combo boxes. It works with text boxes. We'll do something different for list boxes in just a minute because I know I told you this works with list boxes too. You have to add a text box to help out. But let's focus on the combo box for right now. All right, so right now the user just typed in VA. So that VA is the text in that text box. Okay, you got it? Okay, I'm going to hit escape for now. Just hit escape. Go back to where you were. Let's go back to our code. And I'm going to clean this up one more thing. I like to put the select on one line. And then I like to put the where clause and the from and the order by on individual lines. It just makes it easier to read the SQL. All right, so select. These are just the line continuation characters, right? So select my fields from the query, order by that. All right, so after the from, I can put a where clause. Where, okay, what we're going to say is where the last name, first name is like, and then I need like star, Joe or whatever in here, okay? But we've got double quotes to deal with because this has to be inside of quotes, inside a string. So it's going to look like this. Double quotes to start and open quotes, wildcard, close the string, and customer combo dot text. Get the actual text the user typed in. And open the string, close the wildcard, so that's the wildcard on the end of it. Double quotes, space, because you need a space before the order by. Everyone always misses that space there. Then close the quotes and continue the line. Okay, I know that's a little confusing. That's why I wanted you to watch all those other videos first. The wildcards, right? The concatenation, the double quotes. So this turns into a double quote in the string, followed by an asterisk, followed by van, or VA, or whatever you type in, followed by another asterisk for the closing wildcard, followed by another set of double quotes, right? So it's going to be like, quote, van, quote, okay? Okay. Then, when we're all done with that, I want to drop down the box. So as I'm typing, I can see that list refresh. So I'm going to say customer combo dot drop down. Okay, you with me so far? We're going to add this because if you don't, the list will refresh. The combo box will refresh, but you just won't see anything happen. I want to actually see that list. All right, save it. Let's give it a quick debug compile. Just make sure, okay, I'm good. And come back out here. Orders. Ready? I'm going to click in here. I'm going to type in V. And it goes right to Van Halen, but Van Halen was the only V in there. So let me hit escape a couple times. Let's try over. Let me close that. Go back in. And let's drop this down and type in, let's go R-I. Look at that. Look at that. Right? Miles O'Brien has RI right there. Paris has RI right there. There's Richard, RI. See, all of these contain RI. And that's all I see in the list. Right? C. And there you go. And now you still got to pick, you got to pick the right value. Okay. Close it. Let's try this. Come in here. Type in RI. Okay, let's pick Miles O'Brien. Hit tab. All right, let's say I go, go away, come back to it. All right, come in here, type it again. RI. Oh, now, wait a second. It's giving me Riker William. Why is that? Well, once in a while, sometimes that auto expand is trying to be your friend. Okay, and it auto expanded that into Riker. It doesn't work every time, but once in a while it does. So to get rid of that, you can turn auto expand off and it's going to stop trying to help you. All right. But our filter is doing most of the work. So that's all you really need. So I'm going to hit escape again. Let's go into design view. Go to this guy. So turn auto expand off because we really don't need it when we've got this feature. All right. Come back in here. Now, if I go RI, I get my Riker. This usually happens. The bug usually happens if you pick somebody, right? And then you go back in and try to pick it again. RI. See, now it's working properly. All right. We're doing our own auto expand in code. The auto expand will literally put William Riker in the box as the text, and that's why it messes up the code. So you got to turn auto expand off if you want this to work like this. But I like this a lot better. Right? And there you go. That's how you do it. Right? Stuff. Come down here. Type in J. There's all the J's. E, no, J-A, there you go. See? I think that's cool. I like that. Okay, so that's how you do it with a combo box. Now, what about a list box? Well, let's turn this guy into a list box just for the sake of class here. Let's take this. I'm going to move it over here. Let's slide it over here. Get rid of the label. Okay, drop this down and make it a list box. Right click, change to list box. All right, so here's my list box to pick the customer. Okay, now save it, close it, open it. Here's my list box. With a list box, unfortunately, you can't type, right? I mean, you can type, characters, but nothing's going to happen. It'll jump to that spot, right? Like a G. If I hit G, it'll go there. If I hit O, it'll go to O'Brien. But we can't do our filter trick unless we add a text box above it. All right, in fact, I want to save this for the gold members. Let me undo that stuff. Undo. Oh, I can't undo it, can I? All right, I'll change this guy back to a combo box. Gold members, I'll put it right over here for you. All right. And I'll copy this and paste it. And it goes behind the subform. So I'll move that over here. And then we'll change this back to a list box. And we'll call this guy, let's call it customer list. And it's the customer list. What do we got? Invalid control property control. Oh, control source. Duh. I thought that was the name. My bad. And I'm going to leave this in the video because if I make this mistake, I make this mistake all the time, right? I forgot that I'm on the data tab and I'm usually used to being all where the top one is the name, but I changed the control source instead of the name. All right. So the control source for this has to stay customer ID, but on the all tab, all the way to the top, we're going to change it from combo 14 to customer list. I make that mistake a lot, so I'm leaving it in here so you guys can see it. Okay, so here's the customer list, and we're going to add a text box above it to be its filter. I'll just grab a text box from over here. We'll copy description, copy paste, slide it up top like there. Delete the label. Okay, we're going to unbind this guy, so get rid of description from there. So now it's an unbound text box. It's just where we're going to type in our filter. Okay, and the name of this will be customer list filter. So we got the customer list and the customer list filter. So in the customer list filter is where I will put the onChange event. And it's going to be just like this one right here. We don't need the drop down because you don't drop down a list box. Put that in there. And this is going to change to customer list dot row source equals same stuff. And it's going to be customer list filter dot text. Okay, save it. Back over here. Let's close it. Open it up. Come over here. Type in RI. Look at that. C. Right? LA. F, K, I. See? That's how you do it with a list box. Put a little filter box above it. Any questions? You like this stuff? Is this cool stuff? And notice when you pick a value over here, this one changes too. Why? Anybody know? Because this field and this field are both bound to the same field in the table. Technically I should say this control and this control are bound to the same field in the table. They're both bound to the customer ID. So if you change this one, the other one will change too. Okay? If you like learning this stuff and you enjoy learning with me, if you like me, I've got lots of developer lessons on my website, 44 of them by now. So there's tons and tons of material, and I teach stuff in the order that you should learn it in based on my experience. So come and check it out. I'll put a link down below. And also, if you like this finding, searching, sorting stuff, check out my search seminar. It's several hours long. I cover all kinds of stuff, searching on all kinds of different fields, doing ranges, dates, you name it. It's covered in this. This is everything you ever need to know about searching and sorting and all that good stuff. All right. Again, I'll put a link to this down below. So there you have it, folks. There's your tech help video for today. Now you know how to filter a combo box or a list box as you type. Hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have below. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free. Click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Want to learn more? Click the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. YouTube does a pretty good job of hiding it. It's right down there. See this part of the description here, right? The name, the video's up here. There's a little Show More down there, right down the bottom. It's kind of hard to find. But once you click on that, you'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. And YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted like they used to do. But if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. And you can pick how frequently to get emails from me, either as they happen, daily, weekly, or monthly. Now, if you'd like to become a paid member of my channel and receive all kinds of awesome perks, click on the Join button. You'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks, including my extended cut videos, access to my code vault, lots of VBA source code in there, template downloads, and lots more. I'll talk more about these perks at the end of the video. Even if you don't want to commit to becoming a paid member and you'd like to help support my work, please feel free to click on the tip jar link. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got some puppies to feed. But don't worry, no matter what, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you really want to learn Access and you haven't tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access, including building forms, queries, reports, and more. It's over 4 hours long. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link down below you can click on. And did I mention it's completely free? The whole thing, free, 4 hours. Go watch it. And okay, a lot of you have told me that you don't have time to sit through a 4-hour course. So I do now have a quicker Microsoft Access for Beginners video that covers all the basics faster in about 30 minutes. And no, I didn't just put the video on fast forward. But I'll put a link to this down below as well. Now, if you like level 1, level 2 is just $1. That's it, $1. And that's another whole 90-minute course. Level 2 is also free for paid members of any level, including supporters. So if you're a member, go watch level 2. It's free. Okay, want to get your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my tech help page and send me your question there. Members get priority, of course. While I do try to read and respond to all of the comments posted below in the comments section, I only have time to go through them briefly a couple of times a month, and sometimes I get thousands of them. So send me your question here on the tech help page, and you'll have a better chance of getting it answered. And while you're on my website, be sure to stop by my Access forum. We've got lots of lively conversations about Microsoft Access and other topics. I have a fantastic group of moderators who help me answer questions. Shout out to Alex, Kevin, Scott, Adam, John, Dan, Juan, and everybody else who helps out on the site. I appreciate everything you do. I couldn't do it without you. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Yeah, I'm on Facebook too, but I don't like Facebook. Don't get me started. Now, let's talk more about those member perks if you do decide to join as a paid member. There are different levels: silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, one free beginner class every month, and some other perks. Gold members get all the previous perks, plus access to download the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos, plus access to my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use, the code that I build in most of the videos. You'll also get higher priority if you do submit any tech help questions. Now, answers are never guaranteed, but you do go higher in the list for me to read them. And if I like your question, you got a good chance of it being answered. You'll also get one free expert level class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks plus even higher priority for tech help questions. You get access to all of my full beginner level courses for every subject. And I cover lots of different subjects like Word, Excel, VBA, ASP, lots of different stuff, not just Access. These are the full-length courses found on my website. You get all the beginner ones. In addition, once you finish the expert classes, you get one free developer class per month. So lots of training. And finally, you can also become a Diamond sponsor. You'll have your name or your company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown on each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. So that's it. Once again, my name is Richard Rost. Thank you for watching this video brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something today. Live long and prosper, my friends. I'll see you again soon.